to Atooi Talks, episode 10, no less. I'm down in Mexico on a little short trip. This is the weekly podcast where Jools and Perry talk about making games together and playing games together. I'm one of your hosts, Jools, and over there is my friend Perry. Hey man, how you doing?
Nothing can stop us.
Nothing can stop us, not even
Mexico itself.
Not even Mexico. So sorry if it's really loud. I've got there's loads of wind, and sometimes there's like crazy club music like playing like in the main area.
Yeah, I can hear a little bit of it. I like it.
Very strange. But anyway, so
isn't it time for a siesta over there?
It is. I'm on the balcony off the lobby, so a little bit of a weird impromptu setup, but hey, we make it work. You know,
it looks amazing. It looks like perfect. Like I wish
I was
incredible. There.
Temperature's beautiful. It's like in the mid 80s. It's really nice. My first time down here. It's really nice. So from
first
Austin,
time in Mexico?
Yeah, first time in Mexico. Yeah, it's a 2-hour flight, dude, from Austin down here. It's amazing. So it's actually incredibly simple to get down here. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Hey, Hills.
So
do impromptu Mexican and Iowa edition.
That's right. Yeah, it's funny because right before I ate at Taco John's and I had some Alaskan flounder shrimp. Alaskan flounder tacos.
Nice.
They were incredible, just incredible. So yeah, I kind of wanted to get a little taste of it. So
and I got my fancy festive shirt on.
Your cabana wear? Look at that.
Look at that. See?
I don't think I've ever seen you without a t-shirt on.
This is the first
you always
time.
wear a t-shirt.
It's the only time. Yep.
Ever.
Get into.
Because you're in Mexico.
Because I'm in Mexico, so I have to wear a fancy shirt. That's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
So we were thinking we may just chat about Kirby this week, right?
Let's do it. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Dude, what a great game. So what a shocker. I mean, I've only played a little bit, so I don't have a lot to say about it, which is not a great way to start an episode about that game. But anyway, with my journey with it so far was getting the demo and playing that, 100%ing that, and that was like, what a surprise, because I mean, we both were like, our interests were piqued when we saw the trailer. Like, oh, that looks like legit, you know, kind of 3D, Mario 3D World, you know, kind of Kirby style. And so I got my copy on Friday, I guess, and as with everyone else that did, I suppose as well. And dove into the first few lands, levels, whatever they call them. And it's funny, it has almost like that vibe of that Mario vibe, kind of mixed with Captain Toad, right? Kind of has a Captain Toad vibe, but with with extra. You know, you can jump and you can get power-ups and you can do stuff, but it's really mellow, where you're kind of just wandering around at your own pace. The danger is very contained and kind of discreet.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
But it's what do you think of it, man?
Yeah, so like it started with me. It's funny. Me and my buddies Casey and Alex were talking about how we're going to get. I was planning on going to Walmart on Friday morning, buying it there because they're usually $10 off. And then I saw like someone sent me a thing like on our Discord saying, "Hey, like it's not going to be discounted at Walmart." So I was like, "Oh," and it was really funny because that day we were talking about, "Are you guys going to download this at midnight and play it?" I was like, "I don't download games at midnight and playing because like I go to bed. Like I'm not going to stay up late and feel bad the next day." And I was saying that, and then like,
is that what you did?
Like a couple hours later, I was like, I've downloaded the game and I'm playing it right now.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing!
Since we're in Central Time, it was at 11, so I gotta play it on Thursdays, just to be honest.
Dude, when is the last time you did that?
I don't even know.
Isn't that
Splatoon
crazy?
2,
How
maybe?
fun is that?
Splatoon. It was great. It was awesome. I downloaded it. And I was like, this game looks like the reviews came out and everything. Everyone was talking about it, and it seemed to be exactly what we thought it would be. And I'm like, this is a game that I will want to come back to and just play a level of for fun that I always want on my Switch. And that's like, let's just get it. And I'm so glad I did, and I've just been enjoying the crap out of it. It's everything I've ever wanted in a Kirby game. I've always loved Kirby, like the characters, the music, the production. I love Kirby because the natural change from 2D to 3D fixed all my problems for the most part with just how easy it was. Just it wasn't fun. The original was just too easy. And this is like still easy, still really easy. But honestly, there's some pretty cool difficulty, tough bosses, and then the extra challenges that you do on outside the levels and stuff has just made it a wonderful experience for me.
I just got to that point. So I think I must have just got to level 3 or whatever it was, where I collected enough whatevers to open up 2 special side areas to jump into. So I'm about to jump into that.
So you haven't played those yet? That's
No.
When I think I just beat the 3rd world 100%.
Oh, wow.
I'm 100% in the whole thing.
You are drinking it up.
Loving it.
Love it, dude.
Loving
That's
it.
amazing.
And, because they have those little side missions are awesome because they teach you all the intricacies of the power-ups. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a great tutorial because they don't even really tell you too much. They don't over tutorialize it, but really awesome. And I just, it's like it's literally Super Kirby-O 3D world. I mean, is like it really what is. It is to me. I mean, and that's exactly what I want. And I love the post-apocalyptic, dystopian ruins thing is great. The idea, it's almost like a futuristic game, like based in like Japan now. Like, what I mean? Like, it's like if everything's overgrown. I love the theme. And they still go through the desert and stuff, and wonderful themes that I think you're going to get a blast of when you go through the.
It's impressive.
It's awesome.
You have to wonder where these games come from, as far as internally. If they start off as a pet project, it wasn't even Kirby to begin with, and kind of grows into that, Right. It's such a departure in many ways, but it's awesome, dude. What a nice surprise.
It makes me just think like it's funny. I don't mean to sound jaded, but it's like what took so long, Like this is it didn't because it's really a very much a taking Kirby and putting it in 3D. It's not like Mario to Mario 64 where it's like a brand new weird new rules and weird ideas. It's like, no, pretty much the exact same game, but now you're playing it in 3 dimensions. And I love it. Which is what the 3D Land and 3D World games are.
Exactly. So I wonder if 3D Land and 3D World, was the inspiration that they're like, oh, wait, we can just do Kirby that way. What are we doing here? Why are we doing these other weird spin-offs? Like, this is what it should be. Yeah, it's great. And they really execute on it. It's like the world, the artwork, everything about it is really top quality. It's amazing. It's very impressive.
And it's tough, by the way. Like if you want 100% it, it's legit.
Yeah.
Like the bosses, if you want 100% them, you have to do them without getting hit once.
Is that like a special badge? Is that like?
Yeah. So like you get every level. You can you're saving Waddle Dees, which is really cute.
Yeah.
And so. And each kind of challenge you got to do, you save one. And the last one is always do the boss without getting hit once. And it's like, geez, you really got to be on your.
Wow,
it's hard. It's tough.
That's cool that they have that.
It is cool.
That adds that layer for those that want that.
And you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it at all.
Yeah,
it's just for fun.
The extra challenge is there for
you. And it's definitely doable, but it's tough. It's definitely like
and that's amazing, right? To go off on a design kind of development direction for a second. I mean, that's quite it's quite brave. You really have to back that up to say, hey, we have an achievement where you have to ace this without touching and without getting hurt once. So therefore, you have to design it so that's actually fair and doable, not lame and impossible. So they're really kind of stepping up to the plate.
Because anyone can do that, right? Anyone can put that mode in on any game.
You can say that, but it's
and you can say that,
or easy or nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's quite a testament. That's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Amazing. Super impressive. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm really getting the Captain Toad vibes because I'm in the early stages, right? And it's really mellow. Perhaps it gets a little bit more involved later. I don't know.
I mean, no, I think that's a pretty cool, I think Captain Toad's is a mellow kind of version of 3D World, so spin-off, Yeah, it's funny just to end when you're talking about like the one-hit thing. We've had that conversation so much with Hatch Tales, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Hatch Tales is a one-hit, you're dead game.
Right.
And it's designed for that. So we basically have that, but then there's checkpoints and stuff. So,
Right.
That is a game where you could do that.
True. That is very true. I'm excited to dive back into it, man. It's super impressive, and it's good timing for it if you think about what other games are out right now. It's nice to jump into something like this. Super creative, fun, whimsical.
Man.
Amazing.
Something that we can touch on. So 2022 is being awesome. I mean, Pokemon Arceus was a awesome for me. It was a rebirth into that franchise for me. Kirby's the
Totally.
exact same thing. Where I haven't been really interested, and there we go. I'm all in.
Yeah.
So that's really fun. They just announced this morning that Breath of the Wild 2, the second one, is being delayed. Did you hear about this?
I did. I
Yeah.
wonder if I know it won't, but I wonder if that would coincide with the new console next week, next year.
Yeah.
If they're pushing Breath of the Wild 2 next year, that would be quite poetic for the new console to come out at the same time as Breath of the Wild 2.
And be on both, a hybrid release.
Yeah, indeed. Exactly.
And it's funny because my reaction to that was the sequel announced for this year? I didn't even know that it was announced for this year.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Maybe they
You know why? Because I take all Zelda release dates unless it's happening with unless I know we don't even know the name of it yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Exactly.
Unless I got the name and some actual key art and I know what the game is, the release dates aren't release years are nothing. Release years don't mean anything.
Yeah.
And
they slip so much. I mean, look at Metroid. I mean, when is that coming out? They may have said a year, but that doesn't
2026.
26?
Probably. Well, it's funny. It's funny because, it's crazy to think that, Breath of the Wild was supposed to come out in 2015. That was the original, on the Wii U.
Really?
And it pushed to 2016, and then it ended up being pushed again to the spring. Same thing. And then a release on Switch as well. And obviously, I'm sure that was delayed because making the Switch appropriate and stuff for release.
Right.
But it's funny that you think about it like that. It's 2022. I mean, it's been a good 5 years already since development has been finished on that game. And this is a sequel in the same engine. And so it's going to be amazing. It's going to be pushing all the boundaries.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting. Has the team been working on this game the entire time?
Yeah, and they did that DLC, but the DLC wasn't too substantial. No, I mean,
I wonder if that's even the same team.
Yeah,
it's fun to find that out. Like, who made what?
All I know is I'm really excited for it. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, that's going to be cool, man. Rock and roll. Hey, something I think we forgot to mention last week. Maybe I'm not sure exactly the timing of all of this. Still on vacation in Mexico. Woo! Is we actually kind of revealed that we were working on a survival horror game last year. A concept.
Oh, hello.
Called Kill Train.
Kill Train. Not Coltrane.
Not Coltrane. Not to be confused with Coltrane. Yeah, Kill Train. So that's we released some key art about of that on our Discord and on Twitter. So we're kind of just putting it out there because we worked on the concept last year, shopped it around a little bit, and got some really good feedback from publishers and some good interest, but unfortunately didn't land anywhere, which is the nature of the beast. And so I was like, you know what, let's just let everyone know we're working on it, and maybe that. It probably won't, but it's the possibility that it may spark some interest from our publisher because we are seeking full funding for the development of this survival horror game.
Yeah.
And actually, we have had a few people kind of reach out to us. Again, I never have faith in anything being a real deal until it's a signed contract. And even when we joke about even that, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a done deal either. Anyway, so that's fun. So Kill Train,
that is awesome. Yeah,
that was really fun.
Have you explained anything about what the game is at all?
No, not at all. No, just that I did say that a good way to maybe imagine it is Dementing on a train, because that's a nice simple way to paint in your mind the vibe, But it's not obviously as simple as that. But I think it's a good place to start to kind of paint it in your mind.
Yeah.
But no, we're going a lot further into. It has its own character, its own personality beyond that. But,
it's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, it's got. I think when people hear about what the plot is and like what the idea is of it, it's
fun.
pretty amazing. So it's definitely. I don't know. I mean, I would just say that Dementing on a Train, and I would say that releasing if it were to release in 2022 as well, it doesn't, as in game design wise. So
yeah, right.
It's not
aesthetically, it probably won't be going for the whole 4K ultra crazy because it's just. Yeah.
I mean, unless we get the funding for it.
Well, unless they want to throw a suitcase of millions of dollars at us, then maybe we can make that happen. But that's not going to happen. But yeah, probably more like I would imagine PS3 era kind of artwork is probably the general kind of goal of the we're shooting for, which would be amazing. So anyway, so that's super fun. Kill Train, that was a great concept to work on. Whether we get that signed and that comes out, I mean, it wouldn't come out this year anyway. So whether the earliest it could come out would be next year. So if that does happen, great. Or it may just be one of those things that just sits, idle for a while until we can find the money to make it reality. So, but that's fun. It's a fun thing to talk about. Love talking about some of our stuff. So it's fun that that's out there. So good times.
It's funny you're in tropical paradise talking about Halloween games.
Yes, exactly. Wow, cool, man. Well, I think we can probably wrap it up there. Nice little weird impromptu episode this week.
A celebration of two digits.
2 digits, our 10th episode. Woo! Fun stuff. And cool, man. Well, it's good to see you, my friends. And
you too, man.
I'll see you again next week.
Giddy up.
Adios.
Adios, amigo.
Hola.